Hello friends, I'm Sudhir and you're enjoying the YouTube channel English Carnival, a journey of learning with joy. Friends, this channel is dedicated to English language, literature, criticism, academics, motivation and many more. Friends, today we are going to explore, we are going to enjoy the most beautiful and touching love poem written by the Scottish national poet. I hope you have rightly anticipated the title of the poem. Yes, friends, we are going to enjoy the most beautiful love poem, that is a red, red rose, or the first line of the poem, "Oh, my love is like red, red rose." But friends, as usual, I request you before we proceed, just subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you may get the notifications of uploaded videos on this particular channel in coming days. Friends, someone has rightly said, someone has rightly stated, and that is very touching and beautiful quote. It might have stated for his beloved, and that is, "You are the sun in my day, the wind in my sky, the waves in my ocean, and the beat in my heart." And the same feeling, friends, the same kind of bond of love or bond of attachment that we are going to explore, and the same has been depicted in this poem by Robert Burns. Friends, in this poem, the speaker compares his love with the beauty of red rose, admires his beloved. He ensures her that this bond and love will be everlasting and survive till the last drop of the sea until the sea dries up. He also ensures her that although he leaves her, he will definitely be back by traveling 10,000 miles. Yes, friends, he tries to convince her deepness and intensity of his love for his beloved, and no doubt it is one of the best love poems in literature. Friends, the basic objectives of this today's video are: number one, to understand Robert Burns' literary contribution in brief; number two, to explore, study and understand the poem "A Red, Red Rose" or "Oh, My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose" by Robert Burns in detail; number three, to summarize the poem conveniently with simple words and explain it easily line by line for better understanding. Friends, this poem is one of the superb classic compositions, and it is written in ballad and common meters, as the first 8 lines are in ballad meter and remaining 8 lines are in common meter. There are 4 stanzas, and in each stanza consists of 4 lines, that is quatrain, that alternates between iambic tetrameter and iambic trimeter. So friends, I request you, don't skip this presentation or video and try to watch it, enjoy it till the last moment to understand this beautiful and love poem, "Red, Red Rose" or "Oh, My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose" by Robert Burns. So friends, without delay, let us begin. Friends, at first we'll have a glimpse of Robert Burns' literary contribution in brief. Friends, Robert Burns is one of the most popular figures of Scotland's cultural history and well known as a pioneer of the Romantic movement. He is also known as one of the early Romantic poets who gave us some quite simple and touching lyrics. "A Red, Red Rose" or "Oh, My Love is Like Red, Red Rose" is one of such beautiful compositions. Friends, he was born on 25th January 1759 in Scotland, and he was a man of great intellectual and potential as well. After completing his basic education, he started dealing with the literature of the renowned figures like William Shakespeare and John Milton. Friends, in 1796, he published his first major volume of verse, that is, poem chiefly in the Scottish dialect. Besides writing poetry and all, he also collected folk songs from all over Scotland and revised and adapted them for his own use. His poems, rather songs, Auld Lang Syne, is often sung at Hogmanay, which means the last day of the year. He was the virtual editor of James Johnson's a series of volumes of songs called the Scots Musical Museum. His spirited narrative poem Tam O'Shanter, published in 1791, and it is very much renowned. Most of his poems were written in the Scottish dialect, which represents the Scottish tradition and culture and mostly highlight the threads like farm life, class, love, and religious distinctions. Friends, he wrote a variety of forms, including epistles, ballads, and songs. He is also well known for his fabulous contribution of composing more than 300 songs which talk about love, friendship, work, and so on. So friends, today also he is called as the national bard or poet of Scotland. So friends, it was all about Robert Burns in brief. Now without delay, let us move towards the poem A Red Red Rose, or Oh My Love is Like Red Red Rose, and try to understand the poem line by line. So friends, in the first stanza of the poem, Robert Burns says, "Oh my love is like a red red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune." In the first two lines of the first stanza, friends, Robert Burns rightly says, "Oh my love is like a red red rose that's newly sprung in June." Friends, in this poem, this poem opens with one of the most famous similes of all time, where speaker says his love is like a really red rose which is newly sprung in June, as red rose is the symbol of love. In other words, friends, the speaker's love is like a beautiful flower that has just emerged or bloomed from the ground and looks quite fresh and beautiful. It means his love is new, fresh, and young. Here the spelling of the word love is an older one, as it is known to all that he often spells some words in strange way. Friends, these lines are written in iambic meter. The first line has 8 syllables and the second line has 6. In the last two lines of the first stanza, friends, Robert Burns rightly says, "Oh my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune." Friends, now he says and compares his love with a melody. And again the spelling of melody is written in old way, in old manner. So he compares his love with melody, which is sweetly played in tune. He says his love is like the melody. It is just like the rhythm, and it is nicely being played in tune and proper rhythm. He also might be trying to convince her that his love is as sweet as a beautiful song played by a skilled and experienced musician. Friends, through these lines, the speaker expresses his strong feeling of love or emotions to beloved and tries to convince her the sweetness, loveliness, and rhythmic beauty of his love. In fact, friends, true love is not finding someone, but finding the other half, rather better half. In these lines, there are two similes. One is rose and other is melody. Friends, in this next stanza, in the second stanza, he says, "So fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry." In this stanza, he says that you are very beautiful and charming one. You are one of the best creation of the Almighty. Bonny lass means beautiful or pretty lady or girl. And these are the words from Scottish dialect. So again and again these words are coming. In fact, the word bonny is derived from the French word which means good. the speaker tries to confess that he is deeply in love with her. In these lines, also the words like thou, love, thee are written in an old way. Friends, furthermore, his love for her is perpetual and everlasting. He just tries to convince her the same thing again and again. He says that he will love her until the seas become dry and waterless. Friends, he just tries to convince her that his love for her has no end, as having waterless sea or seas is highly impossible, and it indicates that his love for her will be there till the end of this universe or earth. Friends, in these lines we find the figure of speech called hyperbole, which indicates the exaggeration done by the speaker in these stanzas. Let us see what he says in the next stanza. Till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun, I will love thee still, my dear, while the sun of life shall run. Friends, in this stanza also, he continues the comparison of his love for her and repeats the last line of the previous stanza, followed by the line containing the comparison of his love with the melting rocks or melting mountains. Yes, friends, he says that he will love her until the huge mountains or rocks get melted by the sun or the heat of sun and high temperature of the sun. This comparison also, it seems quite appealing, and through these lines also he tries to convince her intensity, sincerity and purity of his love for her. In the last two lines of this stanza, he says, I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. It means he compares his love with sand and the time and tries to convince her that he will love her till the end of his life. On the other hand, friends, he might be trying to tell her that the time never stops for anyone and it has to go on and go on. In the same way, he says that his sand of life or his life is running and moving forward gradually, and one day it has to stop and leave the entire world. But still he will love her and love her till the end of his life. In this stanza also, friends, the journey of hyperbole continues. Finally, in the last stanza, he says that, and fear the will my only love, and fear the will a while, and I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. Friends, the last stanza is also very much, touching and appealing, and it is just like the farewell or valediction. He says that if unfortunately we have to face the valediction or farewell, then it will be for a while and not forever or perpetual. And if in case it occurs, then she has to wait for him. He might have come across with a typical situation in which he has to leave her and depart somewhere, but he requests her to wait for him and he will come back again, although he is 10,000 miles away from her. Friends, in the previous three stanzas, as we have seen, he talks about his love for her and tries to convince her by comparing his feeling of love with the road, sea, rocks, sands, time, and so on. And finally, tries to ensure her that if he departs, then she should not worry at all and he will come back again to love her till the end of his life. As love is nothing, but it is the name of the faith and trust that needs to have in each other. And the speaker in the poem expresses the same kind of feeling in these lines and tries to ensure her that he will come back again. So friends, it was all about Robert Burns and his superb composition, superb love poem, A Red Red Rose, or Oh My Love is Like a Red Red Rose. Friends, I'm sure you have enjoyed this poem, and the sincere feeling and bond of affection and love that Robert Burns depicted beautifully in this poem called A Red Red Rose. Friends, if you have liked this video and presentation, then I request you to like it, share it among your friends, near and dear ones as well. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, again I request you to subscribe the channel by just clicking on the subscribe button and hitting the bell icon so that you may get the notifications of uploaded videos on this particular channel called English Carnival in coming days. So friends, we'll meet soon again on the same platform with new subject. Till then, just take care of yourself and be happy. Thank you very much, friends.